Zentrifuge is the German word for centrifuge and stands for a concept. This concept contains the movement of sounds in space and the process of networking media considering different layers. The project can be considered as a crossbreed between a washing machine and a particle accelerator. By all means, it deals with fantasy and imagination as well as physics and acoustics. We merge these elements into a new kind of instrument. Our main playing task is to let the sounds whiz around in space. As a matter of fact, the basic idea is having them going around in a circle. Over and over, you jump onto one of these moving circles and let yourself be carried around. Another main project principle is that we arrive with empty hard drives and establish a database on site which is fed by all the participating musicians. Towards the end of a festival, we then have a full and resonant centrifuge. Our last lab was in Tilburg, where we worked with voices, and then in Eindhoven we had a new centrifuge filled only with strings. Artists who perform within a festival in turn visit the centrifuge, where they can experience their instrument in our acoustic and pictorial space in a surprisingly revived way. Andres Bossart. To be honest, you can't really illustrate what we are doing with any old images. The feeling I have when I play is a bit like sailing. You pull a rope and the boat starts to go faster, and then you have to countersteer. And that's the same thing as playing live with levers and faders, to give this sound more pressure and to take some away from another. And then all of a sudden, the whole centrifuge starts drifting to the left. And that's something very physical. Actually, I need my sense of balance. I have to lean back or forwards in order to then give a small impulse guided by your own breath. And you are somehow very physically and emotionally connected with all the sound in space. You forget all the individual instruments, cables and levers, and you just seem to fly around. And that's really fun. astonishing that we find some sort of rhythm in the centrifuge that isn't driven by a pulse or a beat, but from this rotation. In this sense, it's really an instrument. And just like a violin is endless, the centrifuge is an open system as well. It's an open concept, and maybe we could also state that it seems to exist in 3 different realities. The centrifuge exists in this room, physically with all its echoes, electrically with all the different technical devices, and she exists in a digital means, in form of her data. Actually, it's a centrifuge that tracks the sound through all 3 spheres and then accelerates them. And it's possible to be alert on all 3 layers at the same time, to play here and there, to pose new questions and to find answers, so that musically we seem to hit the road in a totally new direction. The project began 2 years ago in collaboration with the Academy of Media Arts in Cologne, where Frank Schulte gave a seminar together with Professor Peter Stephan, which was dedicated to the theme of practical electronics in everyday life. As one future prospect, we would like to plan collaborations with universities and other art and media-orientated organizations and festivals that deal with the linkage between different fields of media arts. What we want to offer is a possibility for students and professionals to make new experiences with their instrument in the field of sound and implement practical work as well.